With dozens of countries reporting novel coronavirus infections in recent days, the outbreaks had an impact far beyond its epicenter in Wuhan, China. From concerns about the virus itself to worries of a global economic slump, the news cycle's been filled with panic-inducing stories. But what about an issue very close to home? How will this outbreak affect security on the Korean Peninsula? Both South and North Korea have made moves in the last few days that could have various impacts. For instance, on inter-Korean ties. Recent days have seen a joint liaison office temporarily shut down until the complete resolution of the outbreak, while South Korean officials insist they can still communicate via phone and fax. The liaison office's closure feels like another step back from the heights of dialogue in 2018. The same year, the two sides promised close cooperation in combating infectious diseases together. But with a downturn in dialogue and denuclearization prospects since then, the North's been unresponsive to Seoul's efforts to follow up. On the plus side, North Korea has also put off plans to demolish South Korean-owned tourist facilities at Mount Kumgang, perhaps maintaining some hope of a revival. But that's just part of the picture. Both Koreas appear keen to maintain positive ties with China, which is concerned about discrimination, especially beyond the World Health Organization's recommendations. Still, North Korea's completely shut its air and railway routes to and from China, as well as Russia for that matter, and decided to quarantine all foreigners arriving in the country for up to a month. South Korea couldn't realistically go that far, but it has imposed an entry ban on all non-Korean arrivals from the Chinese epicenter's surrounding region. To counter that, South Korea has promised millions of dollars, masks and other medical assistance to China. And North Korean leader Kim Jong-un recently sent a letter to Chinese President Xi Jinping conveying sincere feelings of wanting to share the suffering and trial of the fraternal Chinese people and to render help even a bit. Well, Pyongyang's state-run media has also told us the North has sent financial aid to the Chinese Communist Party. That's a rare move, North Korea being one of the world's poorest countries, giving aid to the world's second largest economy. Even if both Koreas emerge well diplomatically with China out of this outbreak, both face a tremendous financial cost if the Chinese economy suffers long term. But North Korea in particular has been pushing for self-reliance, as it has relied almost completely on China for trade, for even basic raw materials as well as tourism revenue, and yet now is shutting itself almost completely on the basis that a local novel coronavirus outbreak might threaten the nation's very existence, or so reports their claim. The outcome could go in different directions if this situation persists. If North Korea suffers even more than it has under long-term sanctions, it is then backed into a corner to either reach out more positively for a denuclearization solution with the US that would lift sanctions, or go the other way and become more aggressive with its weapons testing. But there's no sign of either outcome for the moment, as the North and several other countries are gripped by the novel coronavirus story. So we're in a state of limbo rather than security or otherwise.